This is the fifth video in a series of 5 on EFT for eating issues. The first one was for food cravings, then for emotional eating, then for weight loss, then for intuitive eating, and now this one on intermittent fasting. Now there's a potential conflict between the intuitive eating principles and intermittent fasting because intuitive eating really discourages putting any kind of restrictions on eating habits, whereas in intermittent fasting, it's also known as time-restricted eating, where the goal is to restrict your eating to within an 8-hour time period, where you have 16 hours for your metabolism to rest, and that actually aids in treating type 2 diabetes and also stimulates autophagy, the mechanism that your cells use to clean out the waste proteins, particularly top proteins from your brain and Alzheimer's disease, and also spike proteins from a COVID infection or a COVID vaccination. Now, in order to balance this with intuitive eating, you can eat whatever you want during that time when you're actually eating, and it's really based on what cavemen used to do, millennia ago. You would kill an animal, have a feast, and then maybe wait another day till the next hunt. Now, you really need to tailor this to your own metabolism and body habitus, because if you're thin like me and maybe have a tendency toward hypoglycemia, I'm probably going to stick with maybe a 14-hour period of restricted eating, or even just a 12-hour period. If you're go to the other extreme, you might just eat once a day. But for me, the very first step is to consider skipping breakfast, or at least delay breakfast. So we're going to address that with the EFT tapping phrase, which is going to be, even though I might feel deprived if I skip breakfast. So we're going to start by rubbing the sore spot. So find your sore spot, thumbs on the collarbone, work your way down onto the ribs. And in between the ribs, there's an achy spot just called the sore spot. So just rub on that, pick whichever side hurts the most. Say, even though I would feel deprived if I skip breakfast, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I would feel deprived if I skip breakfast, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I would feel deprived if I skip breakfast, I deeply and completely accept myself. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to combine the tapping with color breathing, therapeutic shaking, visualization, self-hypnosis, and imagery. So take a deep breath of your favorite color, and then breathe out a color that represents feeling deprived. So in with the favorite color, out with the deprivation color. We're going to start tapping just on that one phrase, deprived if I skip breakfast. Feel deprived if I skip breakfast. On the side of the eye, under your eye, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Under your nose, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. On your chin, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. On your collarbone, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Under your arm, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Below your breast, on the lowest ribs you can find, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Top of your head, feel deprived if I skip breakfast. And then another deep breath in and out with your two colors. And that was the energize and then desensitize step. Now we're moving to the offlize step, which we're going to bring up all the issues you have about skipping breakfast and intermittent fasting. So tap on feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Side of your eye, say, it's the most important meal of the day. Under your eye, at least that's what I've been told by my parents. And I believe it. And if I skip it, I won't have enough energy to work out. And if I stop eating early in the evening, I'll be hungry when I go to bed, and I don't want that. I'm afraid that intermittent fasting is going to make me feel deprived, and I'm going to have to ignore my own hunger signals. And I'm curious how I can balance this with the intuitive eating approach. Deep breath in and out. And now we're going to have a little neutralize step. We're going to argue back and forth and see what happens. So Start with feel deprived if I skip breakfast. Side of your eye, I'll get up and work out instead. But what if I'm don't have enough energy to work out? Well, I think I might be able to do that. But I don't want to skip breakfast. All right, well, how about if I just delay breakfast? Then I'm still going to be worried about the evening and getting hungry after dinner. Well, what if I eat whatever I want during that time period during the restricted eating? Then I could be comfortably full when I quit eating at night. I wonder what that would feel like. Deep breath in and out. Switch hands. Now we're going to focus on what you really want. I want emotional freedom now. I will figure out the intermittent fasting method that works best for me. I will eat whatever I want during that time period. And I will honor my hunger signals. So if I need to start eating earlier in the morning than I planned, I'll do it. And I will honor my feelings of being full at night and eat a little bit more if I need to and I'm still hungry. I'm not attached to the specific number of hours. I just want to let my body find its own happy medium point in the eating process. And I want to have fun doing it and experimenting with this new approach and combining it with intuitive eating. Deep breath in and out. And just keep breathing in and out, in and out. Favorite color in, deprivation color going out. And when you feel your favorite color coming down your hands and into your fingertips, shake them down by your side. Let the favorite color go down your legs into your toes, wiggle your toes, stomp your feet, whatever you need to do to like hitting the reset button on your body. Once you've shaken out whatever you need to shake out, just close your eyes and mindfully scan your body, checking to see if there's any areas where your feelings of deprivation are stuck there with the thought of skipping breakfast. And tune into those areas and then just wash that area with your favorite color again. Now just go to your favorite healing place out in nature where you can spend a minute just connecting with the earth. Use all your senses to get there and imagine yourself standing in a place and looking down at your feet and look at the ground around you and pick up a healing object. Pick the first random object you find, hold it in your hand, and drain any of the feelings of deprivation into that object. And get it out of your body and recycle it back to the earth and let Mother Earth take care of it for you. Turn it into compost. Now invite your healing spirit guide to come visit you in that place. And I usually recommend a being from the other side, 3 choices, an angel, spirit animal, or a wise ancestor. And pick the first one who volunteers and ask them for some advice on how you might eat more like a caveman or cavewoman. And tune in to what they have to offer in terms of wise advice. What would they tell you? Once you've got that information, then get in a time machine, go back in your past, and go way back into the past, even to early childhood, where you ate whatever you wanted and whenever you wanted, and had the experience of when you were hungry, you ate, and when you were full, you quit eating. And tune into what it felt like to be satisfied and have a lot of energy. And that's really the goal of any eating program. And Once you've tuned into that, think of a color that reminds you of it feeling balance, good balance between eating and energy. And put that color in a picture frame around that scene from your past and breathe that color into your body wherever it needs to go. And now we're getting the time machine and go into your recent past and think of a time when you may have delayed breakfast or skipped breakfast and what was going through your head when that was happening, or whether you quit eating earlier than expected and you're concerned about getting hungry. See yourself tuning in to your subtle hunger signals and your subtle feelings of being full, and find the right balance so that you can experiment with skipping breakfast or delaying breakfast and seeing what happens. And then once you've done that, project yourself into the future where you're having fun experimenting with the intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating and balancing it with eating whatever you want during that time period. And pretend you're a caveman or cavewoman and find out what works best for your own body habitus. You could eat one meal a day, you could skip breakfast, you could just delay breakfast, and you could go anywhere from an 8-hour eating period to even less, or even up to eating for 10 or 12 hours. So whatever works for you. So see yourself finding that balance point that's the best for your metabolism, and notice how it feels to give your body a chance to rest from digestion and do the house cleaning it needs to do. So put a color picture frame around that scene of you in the future, finding your perfect balance point for intermittent fasting and intuitive eating. And breathe that color into your body wherever it needs to go. Put that picture up on the wall next to the one from your past and breathe that into your body. And now you've got where you've been in the past, where you're going in the future. And when you're ready, stretch and come on back. And give yourself a chance to work with these different approaches to eating. And remember that you really want to be savoring your food when you're eating it, and paying attention to your hunger and satiety signals. And now I'm going to do one more quick thing, and that's just do thumb and finger together. Open your eyes wide, take a deep breath, and hold it. And then when you're ready, relax your fingers, close your eyes, and blow the breath out, and go back into that scene of you in the future, finding a balance point for your eating behavior that works for you. And you can get back into that future picture frame whenever you need to. All right, so now that's all for this tapping session, and I wish you have fun exploring these new processes for eating approaches. In the meantime, you can go back and watch the other 4 videos from the series, and there are many other YouTube videos that I've made for a variety of different topics, from pain issues to autoimmune issues to gastroesophageal reflux. And those are all on my larryburk.com website. On the top banner, you'll see a button for YouTube videos. And there's a featured one of the month. I make a new one every month, so that'll be on the homepage itself. There's also blogs, TEDx talks, newsletters, and other information there for you to use. And yes, so I will see you next month when I come on. I don't know what I'm doing next month yet, so that'll be a surprise for me and for you. So happy tapping. Bye.